the forging of Spartan. Deep in the hidden underground circuit across Southern California, the training regimen was relentless. Away from the main arcade floors, in the neon-lit shadows of Cameron's in North Santa Ana, Deathwish continued to push his prize pupil to the absolute brink. But a true Vado wasn't just learning anymore, he was evolving. Day in and day out, Vado hammered away at his execution, his speed, and his frame data. Little by little, his dexterity climbed past normal human limits. The moss-infused lightning surging through his veins settled into a razor-sharp, focused hum. He was moving faster, reading attacks before they even left his opponent's fingertips, and dismantling veteran sparring partners with terrifying ease. Whispers began to spread through the underground networks from Regency to James Games. Vado is climbing too fast. Before long, he wasn't just holding his own against the local rosters, he was surpassing them. Word reached the high commanders that this rising brawler was tracking on a trajectory to become the next true champion of the West Coast. The mentors of the circuit. Vado's growth wasn't just born from raw talent, it was forged through a punishing gauntlet of mentorship across the state. The Shadow Mastery. Back at the Tactical Labs, Duck Vader pushed him to master spatial awareness and trap placement, teaching him how to control the pace of a match before a single punch was thrown. The Precision Lab. Under the watchful eye of Deuce, Vado learned the brutal art of optimization, stripping away wasted frames, punishing micro-mistakes, and turning defensive blocks into immediate, lethal counter-offensives. The Flow State. When training alongside Reset, Vado unlocked the secret of mental reset and momentum control, learning how to wipe the slate clean mid-match and completely rewrite his playbook when an opponent thought they had him cornered. Hopping from arcade to arcade, moving in the shadows between Cameron's, Regency, and the hidden setups in Anaheim, Vado lived in permanent training mode. He absorbed every lesson, every matchup trick, and every advanced technique the West Coast had to offer. The birth of Spartan. With every mentor he surpassed and every arcade circuit he conquered, the old moniker began to feel too small for what he was becoming. He wasn't just fighting for survival anymore. He was stepping into the role of an elite warrior built for total war against the East Coast Syndicate. Standing in the center of the Cameron's training ring one evening, surrounded by glowing arcs of gold-and-silver thunder after a grueling set against his mentors, Vado let out a steady, focused breath. He looked at Deathwish, Deuce, and Reset, his eyes burning with absolute determination. "I'm done with the old name," he announced, his voice echoing off the arcade cabinets. "If I'm going to lead the charge against Wong and his syndicate, I need a name that strikes fear into the East Coast." He cracked his knuckles, the static electricity flaring around his fists. "Call me Spartan." The mentors exchanged approving nods. The student had outgrown the shadows. Spartan had arrived, and the West Coast had a new weapon ready to break the Empire.